And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I will be talking to you about some recent news where Kim Kardashian, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and Paul Pierce are being sued for promoting a pump and dump by the name of EthereumMax. Now, this is very important because I told you that this was going to happen once we started to get mainstream adoption, meaning once you start getting to the point where you start getting celebrities, entertainers, rappers, athletes, etc., coming into crypto, what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to cash in on their brand rather than them trying to, invest in good, solid technology like Ethereum, Avalanche, Polkadot, Bitcoin, Chainlink. No, what they're going to do is they're going to try to just quickly try to sell their audience on the latest flavor of the week. Now, what's funny about this is that the last group of people that I would ever take financial advice from would be celebrities, especially rappers and athletes. Why? Because we know based upon the data, they are the quickest people to go broke after they finish playing sports because they do not have great and high financial literacy. When we take a step back and we really start unpacking this, just because a person like Floyd Mayweather can earn hundreds of millions of dollars, or someone like Kim Kardashian could earn hundreds of millions of dollars because they have skills or they're popular, does not mean they know about money. It just means they know how to make money, but they necessarily do not necessarily know how to invest their money properly. So you need to make sure that you're using discernment when you are investing in the things that these people are promoting, because I'm telling you, we are getting to the point where we're going to go through the mania phase, especially with NFTs. Now, you know me and how I feel about NFTs. I believe that most of the NFT art stuff is absolute garbage, but that doesn't mean that there isn't real technology behind this. And it doesn't mean that there aren't going to be revolutionary and life-changing and disruptive technology to come behind it. I believe that NFT music, NFT content is really where NFTs are going to shine. NFT gaming, that's where the NFT marketplace will shine. Another thing that a lot of these celebrities also need to be aware of is that when you are promoting NFTs or you are promoting cryptocurrencies and you are promoting them in a fashion where a person is buying into you doing the work, you are then selling unregistered securities. And I promise you, what you're going to start to see is a lot of these celebrities and athletes and entertainers getting sued by the SEC because they're promoting unregistered securities. I promise you, especially with a lot of this NFT stuff. So again, I've been here telling you about Shiba. I've been telling you about SafeMoon, and I've been telling you about garbage like EthereumMax, about stay away from this stuff. And one of the quickest red flags to know that something is garbage is if you see a celebrity promoting it, because celebrities do not care about their fans. They look at you as a dollar sign. They do not look at it like they're exchanging value with you. The last thing I'll leave you with before I get into, the business that we have to get into, value is supposed to flow both ways, meaning that you're supposed to give me something valuable and I'm supposed to give you something valuable. So if you're giving me music, I'm giving you my money. My money's valuable to me because I'm trading my time for money. So therefore, just make sure that when you're buying something, that you're not buying a useless JPEG or you're not buying a garbage album that you can't then go and resell. Be mindful of that. Now, as you come into the live stream, please like this, share this, subscribe, make sure that you hit the notification bell and set it to all so that you can receive all of my notifications. YouTube does not notify you even if you are subscribed and the bell is set to all. So please do me a favor and simply go into my description and join my mailing list so that I can email you when I am going live. Also, if you want to connect with me on my other social media platforms, I only use Instagram, and a link to my Instagram page is in the description below. There are a lot of people impersonating me. Understand, I will never DM you nor would I friend request you asking you for money. My only Instagram page that I primarily use is inside of the description below. Click the link and follow me on Instagram. Also, if you're interested in learning about all things crypto, how to buy, how to sell, how to store, the metaverse, NFTs, you name it, I created My Tech Academy. We currently have a free 3-day trial. You are welcome to come and test it out, see if you like it. And if you like it, you can stick around. If you don't, as long as you cancel it within the first 3 days, you will not be charged anything. And I think that it's important to join communities like My Tech Academy. Why? So that you can avoid schemes and scams like this. Because again, I'm telling you, this is only going to continue to happen at an ever alarming rate. Why? Because there's so much money to be made with crypto. So with that being said, guys, if you can hear me nice and clearly, simply type 1 in the chat and we can get started. Take a sip of water. There we go. So let's get into the article real quick. It says Kim Kardashian, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and others sued over cryptocurrency promotion. Zoom in. Kim Kardashian, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and Paul Pierce are among a number of celebrities being sued for allegedly leading investors into a cryptocurrency pump and dump scam. The celebrities and other defendants are accused of making false or misleading statements to investors about EthereumMax through social media advertisements and other promotional activities, according to the class action complaint filed last Friday in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California. In addition to 3 celebrities, defendants include the co-founders of the company and others. The lawsuit alleges EthereumMax is a speculative digital token created by a mysterious group of cryptocurrency developers. It says that the celebrities told their millions of social media followers to buy the cryptocurrency only to sell it when the price was inflated. Let's stop right there. First of all, from the name alone, EthereumMax, what do you think that they're trying to do? See, I named my channel What Happened to Common Sense for a reason, because common sense is severely lacking, especially amongst, millennials and younger. They're trying to piggyback off of the brand Ethereum, and they're trying to somehow make it seem like they are affiliated with Ethereum, but they're better than Ethereum. Anytime you see Floyd Mayweather a part of something and he's promoting it, that should tell you all you need to know. Floyd Mayweather he's made a living off of overselling, overhyping, and under delivering. Right? He'll oversell the fight, and then you'll watch his fight, and it's one of the most boringest things you've ever seen in your life, right? He's just simply running around ducking and dodging, or he'll go and fight someone like one of the Paul brothers, who he knows he's going to beat. But again, that's Floyd Mayweather's MO. So when you see Floyd a part of something, that should already tell you that it's all smoke and mirrors. You have to be smart enough to see through this, because look what happened with EthereumMax. See, it's very easy when the coin is doing this. If we zoom in a little bit so we can see this. Look what it did. It went from right here all the way up, and it doubled, and it doubled, and it doubled again, and then it crashed. So when people are making all of this money and they're telling me, I don't know what I'm talking about. The same thing happened with Dogecoin. The same thing happened with Shiba. The same thing happened with SafeMoon. The same thing happened with Floki. And we watch these coins pump, but no one talks about it now when it's been doing this, doing nothing but moving sideways for the past year. Where's Floyd Mayweather at now? Where's Kim Kardashian at now? Where's Paul Pierce at now? Nowhere to be found when it dumps on you. Right? Think about that for a second. They're nowhere to be found at all. Now let's look at Kim Kardashian and how she was promoting this, because I think that this is important. This woman has 228 million followers. And let's look at how she was promoting the token. Here.
Hey guys, I have a big announcement. Hey guys, I have a big announcement.
So literally, she goes, "Hey guys, I have a big announcement." And then she goes, "Are you guys into crypto? This is not financial advice, but sharing what my friends just told me about EthereumMax token. A few minutes ago, EthereumMax burned 400 trillion tokens, literally 50% of their admin wallet." Take a step back. What does that sound like? They burned 400 trillion tokens. Doesn't that sound like Shiba? Doesn't that sound exactly like what they were telling you of Shiba? That they're going to burn a whole bunch of their supply? That they're going to have this NFT marketplace? Didn't Shiba promise you the same thing? Didn't SafeMoon promise you the same thing? Where's Shiba Swap at? How well is it doing? How much liquidity is locked in the Shiba Swap? Where's the NFT marketplace? How much volume are they doing on the NFT marketplace right now? See, remember that we are dealing with open source software and technology, meaning it is very easy for you to go and clone and fork someone else's code. So you can take Uniswap's code, right, or Paraswap's code, and you can fork their code and make it seem like it's your code. And then you can slap your logo and your branding on top of it and say, "See, look, we have utility, but are people actually using the token for NFTs, or are they using it to speculate on the price?" See, this is very simple. It's not complicated. Once you start really putting things together, you can put two and two together very quickly and see these are pump and dumps. And what they're doing is they're not using the token to actually fund day-to-day operations, right? They're not using the token to hire developers. They're not using the token to test out new technology. What they're doing is they're setting aside a group of a portion of their tokens for marketing. It's all about getting influencers to then come and promote it to you. So they may pay that influencer $500,000, $1 million to put up a story on their Instagram. And then you go and you buy this token thinking it's going to the moon, hodl. And then you hold it and the chart ends up looking like this. And then you come and tell me, I don't know what I'm talking about. Right? I'm just jealous. I don't want to see a black man win. All I want to do is attack black athletes and black celebrities. No, I'm trying to tell you that most of these black celebrities are dumb. They don't know about the technology. Half of them don't even know about a wallet. They don't know what a private key is. They don't know what a public key is. They don't know anything about crypto. You know what they do know? That someone's going to pay them $500,000 to $1 million to promote this coin. And then some of you are going to make money, but most of you are going to lose money. This is the way a con works. First, they have to win your confidence. How do they win your confidence? To the moon. The chart's going up to the moon. And then you go and you say, well, I only put $1,000 into it. And that $1,000 turns to $5,000. And then you get the bright idea. You say, you know what? Imagine if I would have put 10. Imagine if I would have put 20. And you go and you put $20,000 into it. You double up. And guess what happens? You lose your money. And we watch this happen time and time and time and time again. Yet, you keep falling for it. When you come here and you look at this website, EthereumMax, what is it? What is it doing? Do some basic research and just look at this. Who's behind the project? What are they trying to disrupt? What are they trying to decentralize? Who are they trying to compete with? Nothing, just EthereumMax. Go to their roadmap. Their roadmap is one of the weakest roadmaps I've ever seen in my life. You know, a merch store V1, whitelisting for wallet addresses, video education series and education hub. Do you need to have that on a roadmap? Do you understand how weak that is? And they say, look, done, right? They finally got a white paper in Q4 of 2021, a website refresh. That's on their roadmap. Nothing about a mainnet. Nothing about a test net for developers to go and test and do stuff. No. Right? Tokenomics optimization, merch store version 2. Really? And this is what you're going to put your money behind? But see, they're banking on your greed. They're banking on the fact that most of you don't care. Now, here, check this out. I'm not here to tell grown adults what they should or should not do with their money. I believe in a free market. I believe that if you're dumb enough to give your money to someone without doing any research, without understanding what you're doing, you deserve to get burned. You deserve to lose your money. I'm not mad at it. I'm simply here to keep track of the score. So for those of you who call me a coon, an agent, a self-hating black man, or I just want to attack black celebrities, this is what your black celebrities give you. Let's go back to the article. It says, Ryan, a New York resident, filed the complaint on behalf of himself and others who purchased EMAX tokens between May 14th, 2021 and June 27th, 2021 and lost money, according to the filing. EthereumMax disputed the allegations. The deceptive narrative associated with the recent allegations is riddled with misinformation, a company spokesman said. Representatives from Ms. Kardashian and Messrs. Mayweather and Pierce didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. It says, Mr. Mayweather promoted EthereumMax in 2021 when he was in a boxing match with YouTube celebrity Logan Paul. So the whole boxing event with Logan Paul was a cash grab. Now, granted, I love to watch a shit show, but I'm not paying money to watch it. I'll watch it for free. A hacked version of it, someone who's illegally streaming it, but I won't pay to watch it. And then guess what he did? While they were promoting the fight, he was using the momentum because most of the people watching that are millennials and younger who are looking to get into, this mania of crypto, and they promoted EthereumMax to you. And because many of you don't do any due diligence, you hear Ethereum, you automatically think that somehow this is a new version of Ethereum. Former NBA player and sports commentator Paul Pierce promoted EthereumMax on his Twitter account during an unrelated conflict he was having with ESPN at the time. At ESPN, this is Paul Pierce. I don't need you. I got EthereumMax. I made more money with this cryptocurrency in the past month than I did with y'all in a year, Mr. Pierce tweeted. So again, it's all about the money. They didn't talk about the technology. They didn't talk about the disruption. They didn't talk about Web 3.0. They didn't talk about any other things that you would want to hear when you're talking about investing in technology. Nope. I made money. See, people's barometer and their measurement in regards to what is and isn't a scam is whether or not I made money. The way that pump and dumps are designed is that you are making money at the expense of other people. You are making money when you buy Dogecoin, right? You are making money at the expense of the idiots that bought at 70 and 60 and 65 because they thought Doge was going to $1. So great. You got in at 3 cents. You were lucky to sell at 50. You were lucky to sell at 60. Most people weren't. Most people got burned because there's no utility behind it. Now, again, I'm not knocking you like someone just said. I just put a few bucks and everything, but I know the risk. That's great. You know the risk because you are a seasoned investor. Most of the people who are following Kim Kardashian are not investors. This is probably their first time investing in something. They don't know any better. They don't know how to use discernment. This is why you, as a celebrity who actually has a following, right? You have to make sure that you are properly educating the people that what they're investing in most likely is a scam and it's a pump and dump. Or how about this? As a celebrity, don't put your face on a pump and dump. Again, listen, I'm not here to judge you. If that's what you want, if you want to lay down with pigs, go lay down with pigs. I'm not here to knock you. So now, moving right along, because I was saying to you guys that we're starting to get mainstream adoption. The mania phase is going to come with crypto. And right on cue, you have Meek Mill coming out and talking about he wants to do a mixtape on the blockchain. He tweeted this out, right? I got a whole mixtape. Can I blockchain it? So clearly, him asking this question, he doesn't know what he's doing. And see, what happens is a lot of scammers or unethical people, developers, they will attach themselves to Meek and launch it and have all of these problems and bugs affiliated with it because he's going to get all the backlash. See, when this shit falls and goes against him, everyone looks at him. They don't look at the developers. Now, we just watched Tory Lanez do this with his NFT album. Again, I love to see people using the technology, but what are you getting on the back end? See, Nas has a real brilliant concept where when you purchase his NFT, if you have the token, you get some of the royalties generated from the actual NFT. That makes sense. We're exchanging value. Remember, the whole purpose of an NFT is to remove middlemen, to allow you, not a consumer, to actually own an asset that you can then resell, or be able to get special perks by owning it. That's very, very key. That's very, very powerful. But again, what is Meek Mill looking to do? He's looking to cash in on his celebrity, the same way Tory Lanez did. He then came up here and he posted, let's go up a little bit. You're going to need an ETH address to hear this new mixtape. Google how to get one ASAP. Now I can really rap. Again, building anticipation for you to invest in something. What are you getting when you buy this NFT? These are the questions you have to ask yourself, right? What is the utility? What is the roadmap of this? Is it just buy it because I'm popular? Buy it because I have a brand? Or are you actually buying an asset? Another thing he said up here right here, he says, want to go to one more. He said something about the metaverse. I think I missed it. Or he said he's going to name it Web3. Here we go right here. He said then, I'm going to name the mixtape Web3. So again, cashing in on the latest trend and what's going on. Now, we just watched Tory Lanez do this recently. Remember Tory Lanez put up this video?
Listen, man. This post right here is a post about how I'm not gonna beg you niggas to make this money. Come August 10th, I'm not gonna beg y'all niggas to make this money. Tuesday morning, I'm not gonna beg y'all niggas to make this money. Listen, I'm dropping the first ever NFT unreleased album on a streaming NFT platform, the first ever. I'm selling this shit for $1. Now I know, you probably just like me, yo, what the fuck is an NFT toy? Why the fuck is you telling me this?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
An NFT is when a nigga puts some intellectual piece of art out and sell it for how much he want to sell it. You put it out and then it resell for another value.
We have got a hit.
Now understand, I just said this to you earlier. The way he's promoting this, he's basically selling unregistered securities. I'm telling you, the SEC, they're going to start coming after people with these NFT launches, because the way he's promoting it is as if you're investing in something that you can then go out and resell based upon his work that he's doing, right? Trust me, there's a test called the Howey test. And what he's doing right now, he is basically meeting the actual criteria for what they're saying could be a security. And a lot of these celebrities are going to get themselves jammed up because they are promoting this stuff to you from the standpoint of, oh, buy this based upon my work, and you're going to be able to go out and resell it. The problem is that when people go to resell it, they're not able to resell it in the marketplace for anything, right? Anywhere near the value that they paid for it. So right here it says, Tory Lanez released an NFT album and things got extra weird. Despite videos in which Lanez claimed that copies have sold for as much as $50,000, a number of customers who spoke with Rolling Stone say they feel duped. Let's go and read this from right here. It says, on Reddit and Twitter, dozens have complained that glitches and inconsistencies in the platform had made selling the NFT difficult, leaving a number of customers who bought the project in hopes of selling it for profit holding the bag. There are even homespun YouTube videos outlining fans' frustration with their purchase, similar to what happened to the people who purchased EthereumMax with Floyd Mayweather, with Kim Kardashian. Everyone talks to you about the income potential. No one talks to you about the fact that most likely you're going to be the one holding the bag. That magic story of the guy who turned $1,000 into $1 million, they sell you that bullshit because they know many of you are gullible enough to buy it. And instead, what you should be doing is learning how to invest in good projects. And if you don't have any money, you should be focusing on learning how to become more valuable in the marketplace so you can build this technology, or you can help marketers market this technology, right? Or you can learn how to write ad copy for this technology, right? That's what you should be learning how to do actually being more valuable in the marketplace so that you can make money and then be able to invest in the technology. It says, Anthony Vasquez, an NFT artist known as Frag, says he purchased 10 copies during the NFT's pre-sale period for a total of $10. The 27-year-old crypto enthusiast says that while the process seemed normal at first, things started to roll downhill as soon as the album's marketplace opened up. For one, the site immediately crashed, and Vasquez says it took more than 24 hours to fully come back online. It was at that point he discovered other discrepancies. In a Twitter DM, he said that none of the other websites where he bought and traded NFTs charged 15% on every sale. Only the website that was promoted by Tory. So guess what? You only can buy the NFT through the website that Tory's promoting, and then they're getting 15% on top of the fact that you have to pay gas fees. This is a cash grab. Nothing about this is giving the fan an ability to monetize you and your brand. It's all about you monetizing them. So you're not selling them something decentralized or something Web3 because you're going through a middleman, number one. So it's not even like you're using a decentralized exchange to do it. You're using a site built by them, and the middleman is taking 15% of every sale. So what is decentralized about it? What is unique about it? And then you can't even go resell it because the website is down. So it says Vasquez took Lanes to task on Twitter, saying that the fees associated with the transactions alone make profiting from the NFT seem unlikely. Lanes responded to the tweet saying, plenty of people weigh way more than they invested. But even if I was taking what you are saying serious, the NFT sold for $1. Even if it resold for $2, you would double your money. He then added 2 clown face emojis to the end of the tweet. So now he's mocking the very person who supported his project. This is something that you should want to stay away from. Stay away from this type of stuff. This is why I keep trying to say to you, most of this NFT stuff is hype. It's pure garbage. It's only used to cash in on the celebrity's brand, on their name recognition, and that's it. We're going into the mania phase. Be smart with your money. Do not go chasing momentum and chasing pump and dumps. If you want to speculate with a few dollars here or there, go for it. But be smart with what you're doing. Don't be stupid. Don't allow these people to hustle you. See, what Nas is doing is great. I love to see this. Nas to sell royalty rights to 2 songs of his, it says Nas to sell royalty rights to 2 of his songs as NFTs. So, teaming up with Royal, a song ownership platform that Nas invested in last year alongside the Chainsmokers, 760 tokens will be made available for Ultra Black, the lead single. Key thing, the lead single, not some obscure random song on his album. The lead single, there will be 760 tokens for that. To Nas's 2021 Grammy Award winning album, King's Disease, from 6 p.m. On January 11th. 3 tiers of the tokens will be available to buy, offering different levels of ownership. So if you have the gold tier, streaming royalty ownership, you can get $50. For $50, it says streaming royalty ownership for $250. Then it says diamond streaming royalty ownership for $5,000. Then at 5 a.m., January 12th, 1,100 tokens for Rare, which was originally released as part of 2021's King Disease 2, will be available once again, spread across 3 tiers, right? So you have gold, platinum, and diamond, $99, $500, and $1,000. Again, you are going to be able to participate in the royalties that's going to be generated on these particular NFTs that you are buying. That's powerful. That's the whole purpose of the Web 3.0. Removing middlemen, allowing the actual content creator to go direct to consumer, but then now the consumer can monetize that content creator. So for the very first time, you and I can actually invest in projects, a different, investment vehicle that we never could invest in before, and be able to earn a percentage of the money that's being generated. That's the Web 3.0. That's what NFTs are designed to do. Not just to give you money because you are a celebrity. So you see, Nas is doing something different than what Tory Lanez did with his NFT project. Now, I don't know what Meek Mill will do with his project, but it doesn't sound like a mixtape is going to be able to have royalties attached to it. Be mindful of what you are investing in. As I said to you before, when we start thinking about NFTs, it changes the whole idea of record labels, because now as an artist, I can create a token around my particular album and then sell that token to my fans. And now rather than them just being fans, they're actually investors, because now any back end revenue that you generate in regards to royalties, they now can have those royalties come to them because they own the token. So now you don't have to give up, all of your distribution and your publishing to a record label anymore. You can give it back to your fans. That's power. That's the Web 3.0. That's decentralization. These are the things that you should be focusing on doing, and not just buying these things because Kim Kardashian is tweeting about it, or Meek Mill, or whoever else is trying to cash in on their particular brand. Now, this happened recently right here. This is funny. This is an NFT project named Dueled Dragons. It says, after some backlash and more research, we've decided we're going to instead make our first donation, $30,000, to the WWF later today. Then after that says, actually, fuck that. Our charity will instead now be my bank account. See you later, nerds. So they did a rug pull on this NFT project. What they basically did was they act like they was going to take the proceeds and give it to charity. And then they got the money and they said, nah, fuck that. It's going to my bank account. Because they have admin keys. And if you have admin keys, you can do stuff like this. But see, this is what happens when you're not educating yourself. These things can happen when you don't take the time to educate yourself. And this is exactly why I created My Tech Academy, to create a space that's safe for you. Guess what? I do not promote any projects where I've been given tokens in advance. I do not come to you and I'm a part of a pre-sale or pre-mine and I dump the tokens on my followers, or I dump the tokens on my students. I don't do that. This is a safe space where we only focus on education and how you can use this technology, not how, you could make a quick buck and you could do a quick flip. Because most of these influencers that you see on social media that are promoting SafeMoon, that are promoting Shiba, they've been paid in the token to do so. So then therefore, how can you trust their word that it's authentic and that's coming from a genuine place? It's not. It's money driven. It's money motivated. And then what happens is they don't start promoting the token down here. They start promoting the token up here. They start promoting the token up here. And then boom, it crashes on you. And you don't hear anything from them after that. You don't hear anything from them. Where's Floyd Mayweather at right now? Nowhere to be found. Where's Kim Kardashian at right now with EthereumMax? Nowhere to be found. Look how Tory Lanez is mocking the people that actually invested in his project. Right? It's a joke to him because he already got the bag. And many of these celebrities are going to be doing this. You have to make sure that you are, doing your due diligence. Now, the person says, although Shiba and SafeMoon has no utility and practically garbage, you do see that there's still money to be made with them. Yeah. And most of you, the money to be made is for the whales, not for you. The money to be made is not for you. The money to be made is going to be for the whales. There's money to be made for Floyd Mayweather. There's money to be made for Kim Kardashian. There is money to be made for Meek Mill. There's money to be made for Tory Lanez. There's no money to be made for you. You're not going to make any money. You're going to lose your money because, see, they bank on the idea that you have a stimulus check or you have $1,000 or $500 and you go, it's only $500. Who cares? And you put up your $500 and they expect you to do it, and you are the liquidity for them to dump on. So yeah, there's money to be made, just not for you. The money to be made is for the whales, right? Why do you think so many pump and dumps exist, right? The pump and dumps exist because there is money to be made for the whales, not for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Take some of your questions. I saw someone put it says, Jeep Man says, thoughts on KDA and Saitama. I'm up a good amount on Saitama. I mine KDA. Never looked at the KDA projects. I think it's called Cadena or Cadana. I can't tell you anything about the project. There's over 13,000 cryptocurrencies. I cannot look at them all. So if you're making money in those projects, great. Pump and dumps are designed for you to make money. The question is, did you actually cash out? It's very easy to get rich on paper or in your wallet. Have you actually really realized those gains? See, there's unrealized gains and there's realized gains. Did you book those gains, or are you just looking at your gains in your wallet go up and down? Satomo Inu, I don't even know how to say it correctly, but it's another pump and dump. The Flokies, the Doge Elons, all of that stuff is pump and dumps, right? And don't tell me, oh, it's on Coinbase. Coinbase is a publicly traded company. Coinbase's job is to bring in revenue. Every time you buy and sell a cryptocurrency on Coinbase, you are getting a transaction fee that goes to Coinbase's bottom line. Coinbase's job is to list what is popular, not to list the technology that's good. So just because it's on Coinbase does not mean that it's a good cryptocurrency or that it's real technology. It's the reason why it's called the meme coin, because it's a joke. And Satamu is in that same category. It's a joke. So if you made some money, not financial advice, because I can't give you financial advice, but if I'm in a pump and dump and I'm double or triple my money, I'm selling half or selling my initial investment and letting the rest run. I'm not recommending you do that. I'm telling you what I would do. If I put $1,000 into it and I'm up $8,000, I'm taking 1,000 out and let the rest run. Or I'm taking out half and letting the rest run. What I'm not doing is I'm not going to sit up here and hold it thinking that, oh my God, this is the coin that's going to get me rich. Headed for the Grammys, said, I lost my entire first investment. It's all good, though. Still learning. No problem. Eli's been right, though. 10 for 10. Absolutely. You know, I've seen this stuff happen so many times to people who just, they don't know any better and they don't care to know. And they're so trusting of these celebrities and these people. Man, most of these celebrities are broke. That's why they promote garbage like this, because they may bring in a lot of money. They may bring in millions, but they spend millions, right? So they're a slave to their lifestyle because they have this overinflated lifestyle. So therefore, once the money starts pouring in, because once they stop boxing or playing basketball, they're not making $30 or $40 million every year, but they have a $30 or $40 million lifestyle. So this is why they have to go and promote all of these different pump and dumps to try to keep up with the lifestyle that they created for themselves. Yes, I just said that, Jackleberry. The Nas NFT drop is going to be big. I like what Nas is doing. Nas is doing what I've been saying that people should be doing with their NFTs, where you are now buying a token for a particular song, and every time that song is streamed, you get a percentage of the actual revenue that will be generated from that particular song. These are NFT projects that you should be looking into, where there's utility behind it. Like the Bored Apes. I like the fact that when you buy a Bored Ape, you're a part of a particular community, and there's a roadmap and there's perks that you get for owning that particular NFT. That makes sense to me. NFT gaming, that makes sense to me, where you own the actual items in the game, and now you could go out here and resell those items because those items are useful in the game, right? They have utility in that particular game. I'm a big gamer. Like when I get off here, I'm about to go hop on Doom Eternal. I own so many different, skins and items inside of the game. Now, if you created a marketplace where there's only 10 of that particular item, now there's a marketplace to resell it, and there's an actual floor for you to be able to go out here and resell it. Also, another thing to help you avoid NFT scams. Number one, the creator of the NFT should not be anonymous. No anonymous NFT projects you should be investing in, is my opinion. That's my rule. Also, looking at the amount of actual volume, like transactions that's happening inside of that collection. Why is this important? Because I can list this water bottle I could be the creator of the bottle, and I can have a separate Ethereum address, and I can buy the bottle from myself for $1 million. This bottle is not worth $1 million, but the last sold price could be $1 million. Why? I'm just buying the NFT for myself. So I'm creating the theoretical floor. Be mindful of that. Do not fall for the trick that, oh, this NFT sold for $1 million. It doesn't mean that it's worth $1 million. It just simply means that people are very good at gaming the system. So you want to make sure that there's a lot of volume happening within the collection and not just these random big one-time, sales prices, right? You want to make sure that there's actual real utility behind it and actual real like transactions happening. Also, go and look at the Twitter following, and you can go type in, go Google. It's called, audit Twitter followers, and you can audit the following of the Twitter profile because that's where most of the activities happen at anywhere in crypto Twitter, and check and see. Do they have an organic following or is the majority of their followers bots? Because if a majority of the followers are bots, then the NFT most likely is garbage. Be mindful of that. Do not let people just cash in on you. Do you think other influencers, i.e. BitBoy, will start to experience lawsuits as a result of their promotions? I can't speak to any one particular person like BitBoy, et cetera, because I don't know what his disclaimers looks like. See, one thing you have to understand is that all influencers are not created equal. Some people are very seasoned and they know how to scheme on people legally, right? So if they have the proper disclosures when they're disclosing things, then they're going to be fine, right? I don't know what type of disclosures or disclaimers that Floyd had, because just because you got sued doesn't mean that the person's going to win. And I think that that's another thing that we have to be mindful of too, is that just because Kim Kardashian and Floyd are being sued doesn't mean that this individual is going to win by the name of Ryan. Because at the end of the day, responsibility falls on him as well to make sure that he's doing his due diligence. So I don't believe that, people like BitBoy Crypto will get in trouble. They could get sued, but I see more regulators coming after people who are creating NFTs and basically promoting them from the standpoint of, because it's my NFT, you're going to make money. Because at that point, you're selling an unregistered security, because basically, what you're making people believe is that they're going to get paid off of the work that you're doing, right? So anytime that you're investing in something, hoping to make a buck off of the work of someone else, that's a security. That's how the SEC is going to look at it. And that's what was happening with Ripple. And that's why Ripple is a fucking security. And that's why Ripple is a scam, because all of the value from the Ripple ledger was being driven from Ripple Labs, the company, which basically means that they're selling securities because they're using the actual XRP token to fund their day-to-day operations. Ripple Labs would not be a profitable company, in my opinion, without selling the XRP token in the marketplace to go fund their other business ventures, right? That's a security. I mean, it's so simple. Marco McDonald says, just paying tuition, Marco and Vi. No problem. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Eli, I didn't hear about Nas dropping NFT. Would you be able to drop a video on that topic and go more in depth on how and show an advantage / disadvantage of the people investing in Nas's NFT? For sure. I plan on doing a video on that tomorrow, going live about that tomorrow. I wanted to really hop on this and show you the pitfalls that happens when you follow celebrities and influencers. And I want you to understand, we have not hit the mania phase in crypto. When we look at the market cap of crypto, the market cap of crypto is less than $2.5 trillion. We have a long way to go. Once we get to that $5-10 trillion market cap, I promise you, everyone and their mother is going to have an NFT. Everyone and their mother is going to be trying to create a cryptocurrency, because you can create a cryptocurrency token in 10 minutes. I plan on doing a video about that, showing you guys you can create a cryptocurrency in 10 minutes. Now, does it have utility? Right? Just because I fork someone's code, I fork Bitcoin's code and I make it Bitcoin Eli. Is it really being used and utilized, or are people buying it just because they're looking to sell it to the greater fool? Basically playing a hot potato with a grenade. Right? So just be mindful of these things. Boom, 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 boom. Eli, would you expect a bear market in late May? It really just depends on what's going to happen with the Fed and interest rates and with these different variants, right? So I talk about this stuff all the time. If we get all of these different variants and we have some type of a lockdown or slowdown and we don't get fiscal or monetary policy behind that, we can see the market crash, right? But if the Fed and the government pump the markets like they did before to the moon. So it all depends on what's happening with the pandemic and what's happening with, monetary policy. As long as monetary policy and fiscal policy remains the way that it is, we should be fine. Yes, Chris J. C++ is good to learn. I would say go with Rust, but remember, the more programming languages that you are familiar with, the better programmer and developer you're going to be. This is technology, right? You don't have to be a one-trick pony. First of all, you can't be. When you're programming, there's just so many elements that you have to learn. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Node, whether it's, Git, like there's, Tailwind. There's so many different things that you're going to have to be learning. So I would say start with web development, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Start there. Get that foundation of how the internet and the World Wide Web works. And then after that, then you can start branching out to Python, or C or C++ or Rust. But I would say 6 months to a year of web development, and then you can go into Python or Rust from there. I think that that's a good way to go about it. Now, in terms of my course, there's nothing different from what I'm teaching in web development versus what Harvard's teaching. I would say Harvard is better, right? So go with Harvard CS50. You can't go wrong. Javier made a token yesterday and told his subs not to buy it because he didn't know what he was doing. It's 1.2 million right now. He was like, what the F? Absolutely. This is what happened because there's so much money to be made in crypto. I told you guys, I've been working on my own cryptocurrency, but I'm trying to solve a real problem, right? So I'm not sitting here just trying to copy something off of, Open Zeppelin or someone else's repository and then trying to spin it as, million token or something like that. The guy, Tech Lead, he created a token and people bought into the hype. It's very easy with the internet to reach a lot of people. So like right now, there's 300 of you right now watching this. If I can get all 300 of you to give me $1,000, that's $300,000, right? So now think about people who have millions of followers, right? They only got to get 10% or 5% of their followers to buy into that token and they can make millions overnight. So it's so easy to reach people with the power of the internet. So you have to be mindful of these things. This is an example of how terrible celebrity worship is. Absolutely, Alexander Wilson. I sit up here sometimes and it's frustrating. And I say this all the time. Like even when I talk about like when I see like clowns like Polite and Umar, and Boyce Watkins and these people, like it's frustrating watching what people support. But again, I'm a free marketeer, right? So I'm just being human right now and just telling you how I internalize it. Because you look at this shit and you just say like, is that all it? Like I could be an ultimate scammer, and some days I get tempted, like, what, I should scam these fucking people, right? But, I wouldn't be able to sleep well at night doing that to people. But, you just watch people and it's just like, they promote garbage, pure garbage. And it's garbage. And then you're here and you're sitting here and you're researching stuff and you're scripting out a whole course and a curriculum and like you're doing all of the work, not cutting any corners, not Charles Wooing it. And motherfuckers will get mad if you get a $5 donation. Like I guarantee you're going to have people sitting up and saying like, oh, if you're so successful, why are you getting donations? If you care about the people, you should give it away for free. But then they'll go over to some other clown and buy their course because it got black on it for $1,000, $2,000, and won't bat an eye. It's just the culture and the community, that people are a part of. Like people love to buy bullshit. I'm convinced of that. Like people love to buy into bullshit. In terms of macro and microeconomics, I don't really know off the top of my head. You have to get back to me. DM me on Instagram, and I'll probably be able to I'll put that together for you. But off the top of my head, I really can't think about that. I would definitely say steady libertarian economics. Just because if you go through, Murray Rothbard, stuff like that, you'll be pretty, you'll be fine in regards to just really understanding supply side economics, understanding hard money, good fiscal and monetary policy, understanding the problems with having government, in your money. Those would be really, really good things to look into. Things to king of. So I would definitely say get into the whole idea of libertarian economics. Looking into Mises Institute is a good place to look at as well too. Ludwig von Mises, he's a really, really good economist. I would say definitely go look into the content they have. They have a website called the Mises Institute. You should be fine there. Thomas Sowell is a really good economist as well too. Just in regards to his economic theories, his politics are disastrous though for Black people. I wouldn't know. And see, this is another thing too, right? You got to learn how to eat the meat and spit out the bones, right? So I can read your work. I can educate myself with your work. That doesn't mean I have to take on and adopt your ideology and philosophy. So, Sowell has some really good content. He has some good books, but his political ideology is horrible, right? His economic philosophy is okay, but his politics are horrible. Humble Curse says, as soon as I saw this, I tagged you on Twitter. Thank you. I appreciate it. Buffalo guy, I think Telcoin's amazing. Why wouldn't it be? Nothing's changed with Telcoin. Again, so, and I'm not attacking you, Buffalo gal, but see, here's what's beautiful. People look at price as a barometer as whether or not something is a good investment. So if the price is going up, oh my God, it's a great investment. But if price is moving sideways, then it's not a good investment. Now, see, and again, I'm not attacking anyone, right? But if we go and we look at Telcoin, and we go to CoinMarketCap, and we look at Telcoin, and we look at Telcoin for the year, right? For the year, Telcoin is up 1,800%. For the year, Telcoin is up 1,800%. So all of the gains that you little Shiba people could have got, and it was up way more. It was up close to like 4,000%. It's just because recently it's crashed. So it's up 1,800% for the year, right? Because see, I'm not looking to make a quick buck. I'm investing for the long term. But again, because the price is down, people now look at Telcoin and they say, see, Telcoin's not a good investment. The reason why Telcoin, number one, is not going up is because they don't have really good marketing with Telcoin. Where these other cryptocurrencies, they do have great marketing. And Telcoin could definitely learn from the EthereumMaxes of the world, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm a huge bull in Telcoin. And this is why I've made so much money in the coin. And I'm going to make even more money in the coin. Because I understand investing versus playing in the garbage. I know EthereumMax. Can you get rich with EthereumMax? Yes, you could. Can you get rich with Shiba? Yes, you could. What's the probability? So, Tori says, Tori Kitchens, I just bought that nice Telcoin dip. Absolutely. As I said before, we're going to get to a point in this bull market where everything is going to go up because when you just come over here and you look at the overall cryptocurrency market cap and you say, excuse me, right now we're at $2 trillion. We're a baby. we have so much more room to grow. So much more room to grow. Look at Terra. I've been telling you guys about Terra for a minute. I knew Terra was going to do well. And look at this. Avalanche, Polkadot, Terra, Matic, Link, all of that's going to flip Ripple. Get out of here with your garbage. The banker's coin. It's just so funny to see people really like fall for garbage like this, man. Look at Cosmos, $40. Cosmos is pumping as well too. But yeah, I've been telling you guys, we have like all of these coins are going to double, triple in value just because there's so much money sitting on the sidelines that has to come into crypto. My video 49 Eli, thanks for the cryptocurrency education. No problem. I'm excited about Centrifuge as well. Yeah, Centrifuge is one of my favorite projects. Charles Wu, that's a throwback. Yeah, you know, you just see people support bullshit. It's just laughable. But listen, who am I to judge, right? I'm just a coon on the internet. Fuck do I know? I see the thing with Centrifuge Operation Leda is that they have to still go through their roadmap and build out their technology. And see, this is important that you guys understand, right? Like, this is technology, and a lot of these cryptocurrencies, they're trying to build that vision along their roadmap, and things could happen along the roadmap that could, you know, render the cryptocurrency useless. Centrifuge is trying to solve a really big problem. So you have to give them time to develop, right? It's the same thing like Amazon. If you looked at Amazon 15 years ago, 20 years ago, they were not doing what they're doing today, right? You were investing in Amazon because you were investing in the vision and the leadership's ability to bring that vision to light. When they first just start selling books online, and it was an online retailer for books, no one knew that eventually they were going to be an online retailer for everything. You had to give them time to, that's what, when you're investing, right, as an investor, the company kept losing money. Amazon lost money for years. It took them years to become profitable. But guess what? People are willing to invest in the vision because they understood that once Amazon perfects what they're doing, there's going to be no one that can compete with them. So when everyone was looking at the brick and mortar businesses like Walmart and like Target, Amazon said, no, we're going to do the online retail way. And it took them decades to finally perfect it. But look at them now. Who can compete with Amazon? No one. It's the same thing with Google. If you looked at Google and you looked at the internet and search, you would never think that Google would be able to do the things that they're doing now. And then they went beyond search and got into the whole advertising platform and advertising business, where now they're one of the most powerful advertisers in the world, the most powerful advertising platform in the world, right? That happens because they had a vision that you invested in. So when I'm investing in this technology, I'm not looking to make a quick pump and dump. I'm looking to make wealth. I'm looking to build wealth. I'm not looking to make a quick 2x, 3x on my money. If that's what you're doing, you're a trader. And there's nothing wrong with being a trader. But when you are a trader, you don't give a fuck about the technology. You don't care who's promoting it. You just want momentum. So you have to ask yourself, are you a trader or are you an investor? If you are a trader, then you don't care, because traders just trade. You only care about price and technicals. You don't care about the fundamentals. You don't care about the technology. You're just looking for momentum. Do you? I would never knock a person who is a trader, because a trader understands, I'm just trying to get in and get out. Mm-hmm. First of all, RP, you should not be trying to invest in, you should not be trying to convince your friend not to invest in Ripple, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to tell him not to invest in Ripple and then Ripple goes up 5, 10, 15 times, right? Because if news comes out over the next 6 months about this case, and let's say that they settle, Ripple's going to run, right? So you don't want to do that. Like, for example, I never tell people don't buy Shiba, don't buy Doge. I tell you know what you own and why you own it, and get in and get out. So if your friend wants to get into Ripple and make a quick buck, that's okay. But they should know that they're trying to make a quick buck, right? So I wouldn't be trying to convince him to buy or not to buy. I would just simply be educating him about the problem with what Ripple is doing. Now, again, you never want to tell a person not to buy something because they may not be as savvy as you to get into other projects, right? And there's something known as opportunity cost on money. So you don't want to tell a person, hey, don't buy this, buy that. And the thing that you said don't buy goes up 10 times on their money. See, when I tell you stay the fuck away from Ripple, I didn't give you alternatives like Polkadot. Polkadot goes from $4 to 50. I tell you about Link. Link goes from $3 and some change up to 50, right? I tell you about projects like the Graph token that goes from, when I was talking about, it was at 30 cents, it goes up to $1 and some change. Like, I tell you about things so that there's an alternative for you to make money. So if you don't have an alternative to offer him that can make him money, then I would be careful trying to convince him not to. Because some people, they want some like, just set it and forget it. I'm going to put some money in Ripple and never look at it again. Let him go and do that, right? And if he loses his money, let him. No problem, RP. You know I'm big on Quant. I think Quant right now is in my top 10. Quant is going to do some really, really big things by far. And we got some, look at the market cap. It's a $2 billion market cap. I easily see Quant being a $20 to $50 billion cryptocurrency. What they're trying to solve. Look, first of all, look at the tokenomics, like the token metrics, right? Just look at this for a second. Like, there's only 12 million. So there's not a lot. It's not like some garbage like Shiba where there's a crazy supply of tokens, right? Quadrillions worth of tokens. No, we're talking about 12 million tokens. So you can very easily see that this thing can pump and pump hard once people start getting behind this. Again, Quant suffers from the same thing that a lot of these other like Telcoin suffers from. They don't have good marketing. Right? Because see, one thing about a lot of nerds and people who code, we're not really good at articulating our messages and we're not really good at marketing. And this is where now, if you're a person looking to get into crypto, if you really know how to market, you can then sell your services to people like Quant and Telcoin to market and get the word out, because a lot of people don't even know about these coins. As GameStop has recently announced the NFT marketplace not out yet, do you see them competing with the established NFT platforms such as OpenSea? First of all, I don't like OpenSea. OpenSea is heavily centralized. The whole purpose of crypto was to get rid of middlemen like Coinbase and OpenSea. Another problem for OpenSea is that they can, like, for example, if there's any type of discrepancy with your NFT, let's say that it was hacked or stolen from someone else and you buy it, they can come into your, they can freeze your transaction and not give you the NFT. That happened to a gentleman the other day. So I'm not a fan of OpenSea at all. With that being said, could GameStop compete with OpenSea? Absolutely not. OpenSea has the network effect right now. They have the branding. GameStop is just reaching for straws because they sold a bunch of morons on the stock that they were going to overthrow, you know, the powers that be at Wall Street. They got a bunch of suckers to buy into it. So now they're just grasping at straws to keep suckers holding the bags while the the corporate structure dumps the stock on you. That's really it. I don't see GameStop doing anything massive in the NFT space. Because It's very hard. See, what you have to understand too, it's very hard for a company to pivot. It's very hard to go from being, a game developer or a gaming studio or a gaming hardware company to then just poof, wake up and now you're into the blockchain, right? Or you're into Web3. Like, because the time it takes to develop the skills, the tooling, and the trial and error, it takes time to really perfect this, right? So this idea that somehow they're going to wake up and just pivot and all of a sudden now they're going to be a dominant play in crypto, they're going to have to shell out so much money hiring good developers because there's a shortage of good crypto developers or blockchain developers. There just isn't a lot of good developers. So you're going to have to train them up, which is going to take time. So, and that time, OpenSea already is in the marketplace, getting trial and error, making mistakes, fixing things, editing things, and doing things better and innovating. So it's just I don't see GameStop, being able to do that. A piece, brother. I'm a recorded artist. Do you think it's wise to release my creative works exclusively via the NFT platform? If so, where would you start? Number one, I don't think it's smart for you to do that. I think that this stuff is too speculative right now in regards to where we're going to go. And there really isn't a good place for musicians right now to launch their content that actually has a good, good technology behind it. They figured out how to get you your royalties, get you your payments in an effective way, and that's decentralized. So as of right now, I don't have any places to recommend you as an artist to go and do NFTs right now. If anything, I would say do the NFT platform that Tory Lanez did. You can use that platform, speak to them, contact them, but I would not do an exclusive NFT drop for my music. I just wouldn't do it because the technology they haven't fully fleshed everything out and to the point where we have a great concept behind it. So I would still stick with the powers that be. I hope that answered your question. So NFT, this is the platform right here. I would definitely try to get in contact with them, and see what you can do here with their platform. And you can even see right here, look what it says. It says beta. This is the marketplace, right? So this is the where you can resell your projects. So let me drop that for you right here. You can start from there looking around. ENFT, again, beta. So, just, ENFT.com. I'll drop it again for you. Just another link. And you can start from there doing your due diligence. But, remember, as a musician, as a creative, you only really have one time to, make your first impression if that's what you're trying to do. So you need to make sure that you make a good impression. And I would stick with the Spotify, Apple route for right now, but educate myself and keeping a close eye on the developments of the technology. But you have to give the technology some time to, develop. There isn't really a lot of good places to learn Rust besides YouTube. But Python, MIT has a really, really good course. Coding with Mosh has a good course. You can look these people up on YouTube. I've learned a lot from Mosh. I've taken Mosh's courses. So I'll pull it up for you right now. Code with Mosh. I said Mose. Right here you can see. I even watched some of Mosh's stuff. You can see right here. It's 2 years old, so it's a little old. He updates his stuff though, but you can see right here. Programming with Mosh. I said Code with Mosh. If you type in Code with Mosh, it'll pop up. He has 6 hours and 14 minutes of quality content. By far, Mosh is one of the better people in the space. Do I think Solana is falling off? No, Solana's gonna have a decent run, but long term, I'm not a bull in Solana's technology. That's why I dumped most of it. As soon as Solana flipped Ripple, I got out of it. I told you guys that Solana was going to flip Ripple. And when it happened, I hurried up and hopped out that shit. I'm not a believer in Solana long term. But I did tell you that it would flip Ripple because Ripple's garbage. And it did just that. So Cardano needs to really get moving. Cardano needs to get moving with this development. I told you guys this. I said to you, they kept when we get smart contracts, we're going to kill Ethereum. We're going to be cheaper than Ethereum. Okay, you have your smart contracts now. Where are the dApps? Where are the decentralized applications at? Right? So, you got to laugh at the things you see, because most people are not technologists and they don't really understand the technology. So they don't really know where we are and where we're going to go. I know these things like it takes time to learn Haskell. That's a hard program. Like Charles picked one of the worst programming language and hardest programming languages to, even try to make that a part of the Cardano ecosystem, was just dumb, right? But Charles he's very, very successful. He's very, very wealthy. And what happens is that when you become very successful and wealthy, you develop this ego where you know better than everyone else, because a lot of people tend to think that money, because they've made a lot of money, it makes them smart, right? And a lot of people, they forget about the luck that played into it. It wasn't skill because you got rich. It was just like you happen to have an idea and you happen to be in the right place at the right time to monetize that idea. But people like Charles tend to think that they're smarter than everyone, right? That they know more than everyone, right? That only their ideas is what matters in the marketplace. And, they come up with, shitty ideas and they bring it to the marketplace, right? Because they see the world through their lens and their perspective of how they want it to be. But with that being said, guys, we're an hour into this. I don't like to keep these long because my watch time will go down because people won't watch it. So I'm going to end this here. I'm going to end by simply saying this. Listen, know what you own and why you own it. Do not buy something because everyone else is talking about it. Do not buy it because Kim Kardashian or Floyd Mayweather is promoting it. Because look what happened to EthereumMax. It pumped and then it dumped. Pump and dumps are designed to dump. They're designed to go up, get a bunch of suckers in, and then dump so that the whales can then dump on you. I'm simply here to keep track of the score. I've been warning you about this stuff, and you're going to see this happening more and more and more. Why? Because we're getting more and more mainstream adoption. And as we get more and more people into this, that finds out about crypto, the mania is coming. Trust me, you've seen nothing yet. Our bags will pump. We will get filthy rich, but there will be a lot of bodies along the way. Try to keep yourself from being a body, right? Right? Be a person that bodies people. Don't get bodied, is what I want to tell you. So with that being said, guys, please like the video, share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. A link to join my mailing list is in the description below so that you can be notified when I go live. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that's another platform that I use to create content. Also, if you're interested in learning about crypto, all things crypto, how to buy, how to sell, how to store, how to build a portfolio, the metaverse, NFTs, you name it, we cover it at My Tech Academy. We have a free 3-day trial. A link is in the description below. Please come test it out, see if you like it. If you don't like it, as long as you cancel within the first 3 days, you will not be billed. I will be on this platform creating more and more content. I am back. It is beautiful to be here building with you. Thank you to everyone that donated. I appreciate it. And I look forward to creating more content.